Oh, boy. Good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I'm going to tell you to get your heads right on a Thursday, but it is almost impossible for us to get our heads right as we sit in this studio right now. I'm going to welcome you in anyway. Great to have you here. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer. He's a little on edge right now.
A little.
And Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, also on edge. I mean, look. I love working with you, but when you get distracted by something, it's bad. I have ADD, but when you get distracted by something, it's bad.
Did the Masters just start?
And, yeah, exactly. And so I'm so nervous that you're going to be doing exactly what you're doing right now, looking on the floor.
I'm doing the same thing
for the rest of the show. I'm peeking.
Because I think he's over here.
I'm peeking down, but we have a cockroach in this studio that is the size of a kitten.
It's huge.
It's massive.
It's absolutely gigantic.
And Ben spotted it. We all shrieked like, well, I mean, I sounded like a 6-year-old. Well, my son is 6. He's got a high voice. I sounded like him when a cockroach. We all freaked out. There's some paper plates in here, so I threw a paper plate over it.
You threw it to Ben and said, here, get him with this.
But then it ran under.
What are you going to do with a paper plate?
Well, you trap him. And then you stomp him. But then I thought, man, then there's going to be cockroach guts all over the floor. So I actually trapped him. But then I heard the little of him trying to get out. And that freaked me out. So then I tried to swipe him into a recycling bin. And I was going to just go flood him maybe with hot water or something. I don't know, put him in the microwave. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. But this thing is the size of a kitten. I was at a...
it escaped, though.
And it escaped. So now it's loose in here, and it is... Do they fly? They fly, don't they?
Oh, God. Do they?
I think so. I think cockroaches fly. It is disgusting. We have been here 5 years? How's there a cockroach in here?
I mean, we're on the 6th floor.
The 6th floor?
You feel like if you broadcast out of a basement or the ground floor, that's a problem.
What?
He had to really work to get all the way up to the 6th floor.
I walked.
JR said it was because of food.
Well, he always says that. That's what they say. Someone left food in the studio.
It wasn't us.
Wasn't us.
Bro, we have not had one morsel of food. Remember, they cook food here when we leave. When we walk out the door, there's barbecues, there's hot dog trucks, there's grills going. The minute Ben and Woods walk out the door at 10 a.m., they're like, all right, they're gone. Fire up the woks, everybody.
We don't even have a round table.
There's not even a round table.
And the pizza's never in here.
No, it's in the sound studio. It's on the other side of the building.
This MFer is going to crawl up my leg. I just know it. I know it.
You told me to stomp when I was like, I'm wearing Crocs right now.
I don't think he realizes the size of this thing.
It was going to the
fast.
guts would go through the Crocs like.
I hate
Swiss
cockroaches,
cheese.
bro. I moved in a place one time in Dallas. I moved into a place once, and I was like, man, for the location of where I am, I got 2 floors, I got hardwoods. I go, this is unbelievable. The price was like $1,200 a month or something. Double, this is the premier location in Dallas.
Soon learned why.
Went in the kitchen. I'm like, it's a little outdated, a little old. The sink's a little old and stuff. I opened the cabinets.
Oh.
Hundreds. And I almost died. I almost had a heart attack.
You didn't stay there that night, right? You had to leave.
No, I had it fumigated, and then I moved in. So, but you couldn't say no to the price. But I never had any issues after that. But, there's a cat roach walking around in here, and I don't think anyone can really focus. Now, the crazy thing is we have a 2-hour show today, so that's a little better. But Sammy Levitt's already here. He's already here.
Yeah,
so
he was no help either.
He wasn't any help either. Which I don't blame him. Jocelyn told us to, quote, sack up. Paulie, ring the bell if you would.
Yes.
That's Paulie, ring the bell on Jocelyn, right? Thank you. Misogyny, it does go both ways, doesn't it? Or does it? I'm asking.
I don't know.
I think even by me asking that question, Paul, you should probably ring it on me.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think I'm allowed. Sack up, she says.
I've never really thought I'd do well in the zombie apocalypse. This confirms.
Now you know it. Why? How is there a roach? What are they doing in the other shows?
That was the biggest roach I think
I think it was the biggest roach I've ever seen. All right, man. Well, if you see it, Paulie, I'm gonna go.
You'll know if I see.
Oh, I know. As you shriek. Yeah. Like that morning I saw that rat in my house and my heart stopped. I don't like, look, you can call me whatever names you want. I don't like rodents and I don't like big bugs like that. I just don't like it. Call me soft. I don't care. You're right. When that rat was in my bathroom, weaseling in and out of towels and in my drawer, yeah, you're right. I wasn't like, just grab this thing and get out of here. I lost my mind. And I feel like I'm going to lose my mind again today.
They're classified as vermin for a
reason. What a disease-carrying vermin. Vermin. What a word. Well, all right, we're in here. We're going to try to get focused because we do only have you guys for a couple of hours today. And Padres with another, just an incredible win last night. Can't wait to talk about all of that with the fellas. Got an update for you. Many people reached out yesterday asking about the status of my mom. I told you guys she had a lumpectomy yesterday morning. And just got the text from my dad that they are headed home, and all went pretty well. Awesome. And they got the lymph nodes out. Now, obviously, you wait for the results and everything, but... yeah, man, certainly good news. I talked to my mom last night for a minute. She sounded great, but you always sound great after surgery. You're like, I should just do surgeries every week. I feel amazing. Me, after my colonoscopy, which was not even close to the same as this, I was on cloud 9. I was like, it's the best day of my life. It's just phenomenal.
I was in the hospital for 3 days for the gallbladder surgery, and I often think about, what do I got to do to be like sick enough to go sit in the hospital for another 3 days, but not like in danger of anything,
like almost near death.
It was
or something.
October. I was just my happy ass was just sitting there watching the World Series.
Yeah,
posted
just
up,
high,
sucking down Jello,
sucking down morphine out of a button. I need more morphine. Yeah, man, it's not bad. But she sounded great and is so strong, and I think they're listening right now. So Shout out to my mom. Love you. And I have no doubt that you are going to crush this.
Shout out.
Yeah, just the shout
out. Just the
more normal shout out.
Glad to hear that Marsha's doing doing well.
She's doing really well. So they're heading home, and that makes me very happy. And Padres are rolling. That makes me very happy. We got a short show today. That also makes me very happy. Don't get it twisted. Somebody yesterday was like, for a guy that always telling everybody how much he loves his job, he sure likes to get out of there early. And I thought about it for a second. I went, yeah, those things are not mutually exclusive. I love my job. I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. You're damn right. If somebody came to you and said, "Hey, man, you get to split 2 hours early, or in most 8-hour days, you get to leave at lunch," who's not taking that? Who's not excited about that?
Like when it only happens 3 times a year.
3 times a year. Right. Like, I'm excited.
I promise you can have the best job in the world. What's the best job in the world? Major League Baseball player?
Oh, they love a day off.
Right up there.
Oh.
They love a day off.
Hey, I thought you loved your job. I do, but I really enjoy a day off sometimes.
And they hate doubleheaders.
Right.
And when Mike Schilt comes in and goes, "Hey guys, we're gonna need you to stay for a second game today," They don't like that.
No, they're gonna. He says, "We're gonna play 9 innings, and then we're gonna play an extra inning today." It's brought to you by Round Table Pizza. Yeah, you're not excited about it, right? You're just not, and you do get excited when you do get a couple hours off. It doesn't mean I don't love this.
Speaking of the boss man, how about him trying to get us yesterday?
Oh yeah, This guy. He thinks he's so slick. You got the thread?
I do.
God, he's such a prankster, isn't he?
Yeah.
You just played into his hands, though, Paulie, because you know what he wanted. He wanted this on the air.
No, I think he wanted... Well, I'll tell you what he wanted. Adam texted the 3 of us, "Hey, guys, just spoke with Dave with the Padres. We could be in for a lengthy rain delay tomorrow morning. Going to need you to stick around through Sammy's pregame in case I need you to do the final hour of your show if there's a rain delay to begin the game."
The 9 to 10 o'clock hour.
Because no matter what, almost in every circumstance, Sammy will always do his pregame, even if he knows there is 0 chance this game is starting on time.
Correct.
He still does his 1-hour pregame show, and then Adam wanted us to come in and do 9 to 10. And Ben just immediately responds, "Good one, Adam."
Now, I hadn't seen it. I was at the gym, and I had not seen it yet.
So Ben went first, and then I just wrote, "New phone, who dis?"
I would have written back, "Are you effing kidding me?" Because he would have gotten me with that.
Yeah.
How did you know it was a bit?
Well, the best pranks do have a basis in some reality.
Right.
And it was raining at the game last night. The forecast has been iffy. It's the East Coast, and we've heard about the possibility of rain. But at the same time, part of Sammy's gig, probably the hardest part of Sammy's gig, but he does it very well, is the rain delay theater. And I've heard other shows when, there's been rain, Sammy does his pregame show, and then he sticks around and he covers until it's time to toss to Jesse and Tony when the game starts. So I just didn't imagine that Adam would be changing the protocol on us just all of a sudden out of the blue. And I figured out quickly what he was up to.
Yeah, Adam's response was, "Damn. Would have made for a great screenshot to post if you guys fell for it."
He always wants to be content, but he doesn't like when I just roast him on the air as content. So it's a fine line.
Is it extra sweet because it's against the Dodgers?
Yeah, that one is good. We'll play that for the rest of our lives.
That's good content.
You guys have any idea how much it freaks me out? And it happens, I'd say, 3 days a week. When my wife, beautiful, just gorgeous, gets out of the shower and then goes to her closet, topless, and then puts on the Adam Klug t-shirt and walks out into the living room or into the bedroom with it on. And it's with his big, hair that he has, is that picture everyone's seen. And she walks into the bedroom and it's just like, Pooh.
That's what's called an oxymoron, I think.
What?
2 things that are opposite together.
Like
one
what?
thing you like, one thing you don't like.
Oh, yeah.
The opposites, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like even if I unwrap this package here, if I unwrap the package, it's on the floor. I still know that she was wearing it. And I think she's now gotten wise to it. And so she'll say, "Yeah, I'm not in the mood for him."
No, God!
Oh, God! Son of a...
All right, we're taking a break.
Is he over there?
We will be back.
Get him!
We will be back in just a couple of minutes.
Holy.
Just to let you know, we're
He's behind
expecting
the trash can.
Jake Cronenworth could be with us at any time in the next hour from Washington, and we're gonna check traffic.
I'm going to curse. Go to break.
We're gonna check traffic, and then we'll be back. Hopefully, cockroach free on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Go to traffic, Paul. I got it. I got it. I got it.
We did it. We did it.
Fix
We
your
did it.
camera.
We think.
I think. Well, I mean,
Unless
the
it's
good
his
news
brother.
with cockroaches is there's always just one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just one.
It is gone. It has been removed from the studio, and at least for a couple of minutes, I can breathe easy. I don't understand. Everyone is acting like we are being immature, non-manly about this.
I don't care.
The show that got a pedicure last week is non-manly? What are we talking about here?
I don't care. I really don't.
It almost got me. It was. It tried to get me. It attacked me, and we used a newspaper.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had a newspaper. The headline was "Dodgers get their rings, then go on to a win." So I just used that to kill it.
Why was that in here?
I don't even know what that was doing in here on the floor, but got the newspaper. Then we got the paper plates. Then Woods took it out in the paper plates.
I stepped on it.
It is gone.
And I slid it all the way out with my foot. And then I had to pick it up and throw it in the garbage can. And it was very, very scary. Very scary. Oh, all right. I think we're good. I think we're okay. Unless we're infested. And if we're infested, boy, I'm glad I'm going on vacation on Tuesday. Because that was really
If we're
uncomfortable.
infested, you're going to not hear the Ben and Woods program for
So
a while.
what we do when people or things pass away.
Yeah.
You know how we have to do it here on Ben and Woods.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
Yeah, rest in not peace.
I'm still not sure that he's actually deceased.
Nor am I. I mean, I jumped on it. I
tried to push all my weight down on it.
Yeah.
And then you stepped on it, but we weren't going to check like vital signs or anything.
We gave that thing the stomp Tua. We did. We stomped to it on that thing real good.
The old stomp, too.
The old stomp Tua. Somebody said, Maggie says they're gross, but it's not going to hurt you. Yeah, it is. It's going to crawl up my leg. It's going to lay eggs in somewhere on me or in me, and then I'm going to hatch cockroach.
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly. There's some carrying some disease.
Yeah.
I mean, if they weren't gross, then why don't people have them for pets? They're gross. There's something there. They don't bite or anything, do they?
I don't think they bite. They're just like big ants, just really big,
Giant.
Gross ants.
Except ants are cool. They do cool stuff.
Yeah, that's true. They work like teammates.
They're cool. Ants are awesome.
You can put them in a farm.
When I see an ant, I try to actively avoid stomping on it. If I see a cockroach, obviously I avoided stomping on that one, but it took me by surprise. Maggie says they're unsanitary.
Correct.
People have them for pets, Andros says. The huge hissing ones. Yeah, they hiss.
We're not in Madagascar. I don't think these ones hiss. We have quiet cockroaches here, except for the little skittering noises.
If
which we don't like.
Jocelyn says, Google it. People seriously do have roaches. If I dated, if I was single, my wife leaves me, and I'm single, and Sydney Sweeney is like, hey, how are you?
Come on over.
I love sports radio. I love the Padres. Nobody does it better than you. Come to my house. And I walked in, and there were vermin or cockroaches or snakes, I would leave. That's a true statement. I could not be with someone that it's just not my jam. I'd never be comfortable, ever, in sleeping at her. Well, sleep in my house. No, I want you to stay here at my condo. No, I don't want to stay at your condo because you have rats and snakes.
I would absolutely leave too.
I would
in like 15 minutes.
After 3 minutes, I would absolutely split.
After that, though, I'm gone.
And then I'm ghosting her. It's terrifying.
I mean, we started this week, as JJ pointed out. You had us eating bugs.
Yeah,
earlier
they're right
this
here.
Week. Crickets.
Maybe that's why he's here.
Maybe, yeah. Told you not to.
Dave says they have some flying cockroaches in Hawaii. Great. Great. All right. Well, that's done, I hope. And we are going to get down to business here. We are expecting.
Jay Cronenworth is supposed to join us as they
just go to break.
Kind of get ready for the game. Why don't we do that? Why don't we? We'll take a quick time out again. When we come back,
we were told 7 o'clock. Then it was
6:30. So Jake may call in right at the bottom of the hour here. So we'll prepare for that. If he calls in a little bit later, then we'll just get to our Padres Wrap up of yesterday's just big 12-3 win over the Washington Nationals. Got some other news and notes for you as well. We got just 2 hours. We will do Don't Do This and take on Woods, which is actually real or fake today because it's a Thursday. And then get ready for Sammy's pregame show. So very busy morning, very quick. We'll be back hopefully with Jake Cronenworth from Washington, D.C. Next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
kind of traumatized a little bit. I'm trying to get it all back together here.
Well, get it together for Jake Cronenworth. The last thing you want to do is embarrass yourself in front of Jake Cronenworth.
I've done that for 5 years.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We were just talking during the break, and both of us are very curious to ask him about his last at-bat last night.
Yeah.
When he calls in against position player, second baseman Ildemaro Vargas, who came in because the Nationals were down by so many, and they wanted to save relievers. And he was just throwing up eephus lobs, as you see now, when they put them position players, and Jake nearly killed him. I mean, absolute
almost
scorcher up the middle. He actually caught it. It was probably the highlight of the game for the Washington Nationals, but it was a funny moment. It was a kind of scary moment, and we'll get Jake's perspective of that when he calls us up. He hasn't called yet, though. It's kind of playing it by ear, so.
The only bummer about that, him making that play, was that Merrill was on deck with a chance to hit a home run for the cycle, right?
Kim was on deck, then Merrill.
Oh,
but,
Kim,
okay. Could have gotten him.
Could have gotten him up.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 chances at it at the cycle.
He did.
And did get another single, 4-hit game.
Nice day.
Let's get traffic in. We'll play our Padres wrap-up, and then if Jake calls, we'll just kind of pull the ripcord and go straight to him in Washington, D.C. But Padres wrap-up coming up right after traffic here on what?
In where?
Washington, D.C.
On that's not what he said.
97.3 The Fan.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Drive-Thru Oil Change, your trusted instant drive-thru oil change. Got a couple of problems here, guys. One of them is this accident involving a motorcycle northbound 5 just past East Street. Appears to be blocking at least that left lane, so watch out for some confusion there. Cordell traffic cam shows vehicle fire on eastbound King Freeway just before Euclid. It's over to the right shoulder. And still dealing with this accident on southbound 805 past Murray Ridge. Car and semi involved. They're over to the right shoulder. Stop by any of the 30 San Diego Valvoline Instant Oil Change Centers. You don't have to get out of your car, and it usually only takes 15 minutes or less. Plus, get a free courtesy check of your tires and battery. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Oh, my God, I'm so stiff.
Miss any of the Padres win yesterday? Ben and Woods didn't.
What up, crew?
We've got you covered with all of the highlights.
I like it when the Padres win.
Yeah! Yeah! It's the Padres Wrap-Up, presented by Hamul Casino. With thrilling slots and tables and all the best rewards, Hamul Casino has all the fun you're looking for. Hamul Casino, fun above all else.
Yeah! Give me a do damage.
Do damage!
Runner goes, pitch swung on and line through the left side, a base hit into left center field. Thomas is on his way to third base. He's going to be waved. Here's the throw to Kim, relay to the plate, not in time. RBI single. Jesse Winker goes to second on the throw, and the Nationals with a 1-0 lead in the first. Pitch here, swung on, hit in the air deep to left center field. Really long run, Profar going back to watch, and it's going to go into the bullpen in left center. Yepes has hit again. 15 straight games since coming up from AAA, and this 2-run homer will give the Nationals a 3-0 lead in the first. Rise hits it hard up the middle into left center and a base hit. Kim will score. Jackson Merrill's right behind him. A 2-out, 2-run single for a Rise, and now a 1-run game here in the second inning. Far swings, hits it in the air to deep center field. Young is racing straight back. He is at the wall, looks up, gonna go! 2-run home run, Jurickson Profar. And the Padres have hopped in front. It's 4-3. First pitch to Higashioka, line down the left field side. That's a fair ball. Wood gonna cut it off in front of the fence. That will prevent Merrill from coming in to score, but Higashioka slides feet first into second with an RBI double as Kim crosses the plate, and the Padre lead is 5-3. Pitch here, hit hard on a line into center field and a base hit. Profar has scored. Bogart's on his way. Young comes up firing the tag, not in time. Xander ended up going in standing up. A 2-run single for Cronenworth. And the Padre lead is 8-3. Merrill swings, hits it in the air to right center field. He has found the gap. He's going to do some more damage. Kim is on his way towards third. He's going to be waved. Merrill's rounding second, heading for third. Abrams throw, not in time. A triple for Merrill. He's 3 for 3 and already a homer shy of the cycle in only the 4th inning. 1-0 to Higashioka. Hit in the air to deep left field. Wood is back to watch. This one going to go. 2-run homer. Kyle Higashioka, his 12th of the year. And the Padres are all over the Nationals, 11-3 in the top of the 4th. Barnes kicks and deals. Manny swings, hits it in the air to right center. Long run, Young. Not going to get there. Going to bounce up, roll all the way to the wall. Bogarts is rounding third. He's on his way. Relay to the plate, not in time. An RBI double for Manny Machado. It's a dozen. Padres lead it 12-3. Here's the pitch. Garcia swings, pops it up. Shallow left field. Peralta in. He will call off Kim. And reaching forward, he makes the catch. The ball game is over. A 1-2-3 bottom of the 9th. And the Padres disassemble the Nationals here tonight by a final of 12-3.
We don't always get the results every night, but, generally speaking, more than not, we take a relentless at bats. Tonight was, again, 1 through 9 team contribution, complete relentless at bats. Somebody gave anything away. Good situational hitting. Guys aware of what they were doing, had a good plan. Able to execute it, just great at bats throughout. Bogey continues to take great at bats, just who he is. Manny, good at bats again. Jackson, of course, great at bats, and Higgy with the big swing as well.
20 hits will usually get the job done.
Yeah. If it doesn't, you're in some deep water.
True.
Yeah.
Even with Matt Waldron falling behind 3-0 in the first inning, it was key, and Mike Schilt talked about it after the game. The Padres in the first inning working 31 pitches, I think, off of their starter, Parker.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't score, it did set the tone for knowing, okay, we're going to get to this guy. We're going to get to their bullpen.
No question.
There's good chance. And I thought it right away, and especially after I think Ha-Seong Kim reached to start the second inning.
Yep.
All right, they've already got this guy kind of wobbling a little bit. I'm expecting a lot of runs. Now, didn't know if Matt Waldron was going to lock in the way he did. 6 shutout innings, 5 shutout innings after the first. Very impressive way to bounce back after the shaky bottom of the first inning.
It's such a good point that you make. We were watching the game at home, and Profar came up in the first inning and just was grinding, man, just fouling pitches off. He ended up striking out, but it's one of those things that makes baseball so beautiful. That he stands up there, he gives his teammates a chance to see this guy's entire arsenal, and wears a K and swings at a pitch that was a good pitch, like kind of down and in, just good, gets over the top of it. But man, you saw guys after that say, all right, yeah, we got this dude. He's wobbly. We hit him on the chin, and once I kind of saw how their approach was last night, and yeah, man, the 3 runs in the first, people were tweeting like, oh, man, the humidity in the knuckleball just doesn't work. Well, it stayed humid. He figured out a way to make it work after that. And it's just one of those weird things for a knuckleball pitcher. Like, hey, 5 minutes ago, it was not knuckling. Or 5 minutes ago, it was awful. Now it's a really effective pitch.
It looked like he was maybe in the first inning only throwing in like the mid-70s, and then he kind of threw it a little bit harder toward 80, and it started working. He threw one that was so nasty on Pitching Ninja.
Oh, God.
It wasn't a strike. It was just above the zone, but whoever the batter was like bailing out, and the thing was right down the middle because it was fluttering. First it fluttered right toward him, then it fluttered back left over the middle. He figured that knuckleball out, and just gutty performance by Waldron. That's his 10th quality start in his last 11 outings. Of course, that means at least 6 innings, 3 runs or fewer. And while that was the minimum required yesterday for a quality start, that is so valuable that he has been able to do that now consistently. That's almost, 2 months, 10 starts? Yep. To do that every single time out, rest your bullpen, helps you reset everything, win or lose. I mean, he hasn't gotten the run support. He hasn't won all those games, obviously. But that is a valuable contribution that Matt Waldron has made. And it was nice to see him get so much offense. Maybe the biggest at-bat of the game Might have been the Luis Arraez 2-out, 2-run single in the top of the second inning.
See my tweet? All I tweeted was St. Louis. I mean, he just the sainted Luis Arraez coming up, getting us right back in it with one swing was just elite.
He's clearly still not healthy.
No,
still takes a
tough,
bunch of
dude.
swings where you see him shaking that thumb. It's not great, but you feel pretty confident when he's up there and there's guys on second and third, and you need someone to put a line drive into play. He's the guy you kind of want up more than any other at this point. Jurickson, maybe he's, because he's got the power potential as well, but Luis Arraez coming through, and then Jurickson, of course, absolutely continuing to torment the Washington Nationals. I mean, they're going to be so glad when that guy is gone after today's game, and they don't have to see him again.
Yeah.
He has just murdered them this season, and he, did another home run. I mean, it's got to start getting the Barry Bonds treatment if you're the Nationals and just walk Jurickson Profar and put him on base.
I mean, it's nuts. It's nuts. He's so locked in right now. It's so good to see him continuing, Ben, after, a really torrid start to the season. To have the All-Star break come in, to go to the All-Star game, to perform well in the All-Star game, and to just continue to do what he's been doing has been phenomenal. We got a lineup out, too, for you guys. The man we were just talking about, Jurickson Profar, will be leading off playing left field. Donovan Solano getting a start at third base today. Xander Bogaerts will be at second. Manny will be DH hitting fourth. Croney, who I kind of thought would get a day off today, is not. He's going to be at first again. Ha-Seong Kim at short. Merrill in center. Campy behind the dish. And switch hitting which? Bryce Johnson in right field. Now, again, I saw a lot of people with a lot of consternation about the lineup yesterday. There were things that you could do. I think Mike Schilt, when it comes to like Croney and Solano, I think he values the defense. He's where'd he come from? You guys remember where he came from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Defense. He's going to value the defense. And Croney's defense is
we talked about yesterday. Croney has better numbers against Patrick Corbin than Arraez does.
Right.
So if you were going to give Arraez a day off, and clearly he's going to need some rest days.
He's hurt,
I don't know if he's ever going to get that thumb right until the offseason, but going to need to get him some rest days. It makes sense to make this one of them. With Dylan Cease on the mound, I said yesterday, don't be greedy. You're not going to get a season sweep. Just 2 out of 3 is fine. I am now greedy.
I want it.
I mean, you really kind of have to do it now. You've set yourself up. Might as well just finish the job and go 6-0 against the Washington Nationals and 5 in a row, 5-1 on your road trip, heading to Baltimore for the final 3 games. I'm greedy now. I'm going to be disappointed if they don't actually
100%
get the game today. So I kind of lied when I said 2 out of 3 is fine. Now I want, of course, all 3 of them. We talked about Jackson Merrill's performance. Home run away from the cycle. Had 2 chances at it late in the game. He was thinking about it. You can when you're up 9 runs and you're coming up.
He said it. It actually surprised me. I don't know if we have the post-game interview they did with him, but it was really, really good.
He said,
yeah, oh, yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
Fourth at bat. To Victor Rodriguez, he even said at the end, yeah, I'm going for it, but I'm going to get a single. And he did. In his last at-bat, he got a single for the 4th hit of the game.
Yeah, he goes, I got a little bit out in front of that. He goes, but they go, were you trying for that home run? He goes, 4th at bat? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he goes, but 4-hit night, Padres win. That's all I care about. I mean, he's so composed beyond his years.
This is Jackson Merrill.
Hi, Jackson. He's so composed beyond his years with his interviews and everything else. And again, just kind of unaffected. They asked him again the question, hey, who'd you love meeting at the All-Star game? He's like, nobody. I mean, just kind of play against him. It's cool. It's great.
Kyle Higashioka, another big game. You wonder if he's going to cool off a little bit. 3 for 5, a 2-run homer, had another RBI. I looked it up because his slugging percentage is up to .540. Not just during his hot streak. That's for the whole season now, including doing nothing the first month and a half, 2 months of the year. If he had enough plate appearances, .540 would put him 4th in the National League in slugging percentage, behind Shohei, Marcell Ozuna, and Bryce Harper. I mean, those are your leading sluggers in the National League. Shohei, Ozuna, Harper, Higashioka with his 12th home run of the season.
Shohei,
Ozuna, Harper, Higashioka. The Big Four, as they're referred to in baseball.
He's now in the Higgy Hall of Fame. He is in the Higgy Hall. You're in it.
Thank you.
The guy from Magnum P.I.
Yeah.
And
Kyle Higashioka, the Higgy Hall of Fame.
Who else? Am I missing anyone?
Let's see. T. Higgins, maybe?
Yeah, okay. He's got a little work to do.
Yeah, he signed his contract tender, I think, the franchise tag.
Oh, he got okay.
Yeah, he's
All
in
right.
camp.
Put him in there
with the Bengals.
There's
right
your
now.
Mount Rushmore of Higgins.
Xander Bogaerts also went 4 for 4. He is now 14 for 29, I think, since he came off the injured list. The one thing you're not getting out of Xander is slug.
He's Luis Ariz.
It's single.
Yeah.
Which is still,
I'll take it.
I mean, 500 on base percentage.
Yes,
you're not hurting the team
No.
a little, even a little
Not
bit.
even a little.
By doing that, but that's a tough pace to
So
sustain.
we are not to complain.
No.
I'm not going to complain.
No.
I'm not going to complain.
No.
But you are
No.
okay. I mean, you're paying.
He's doing great.
He's doing great. No. This is Xander. This is a Xander Bogaerts love segment. With the acknowledgement that I'm hoping at some point a little more slug comes back into his game.
I refuse to talk about it because I don't want to be. I want to continue to be right about Xander Bogaerts coming back. So I'm not going to say anything.
He's coming back great.
Keep up.
You
the
are
good
right.
work.
He's been a big addition back to the Padres lineup in his return.
Made some pretty decent plays defensively as well. Yeah, it's great to see him back. We need him. We need everybody, man. And nice to see him get it going and have a little rest, maybe a little mental reset as well. So yeah, I think it's a matter of time, Benny, till those balls. He's seeing it so well. It's a matter of time till those balls start finding some gap out there and maybe even go over the wall. Xander Bogaerts isn't a guy you're going to rely on for the long ball, but yeah, you do rely on him for popping a couple of doubles, and it just hasn't come yet. But man, no problem with the way he's playing baseball right now.
And the nice thing with the big lead, you didn't have to use any of your back end of the bullpen. You got 3 shutout innings from Yuki Matsui, Logan Gillespie, and Enyel De Los Santos, which means you got to rest Adrian Morejon, Jeremiah Estrada, and Robert Suarez. Kind of rendering moot the whole, why did you use Suarez in a 4-0 game in the first game of the series? Well, that's why. That you always know the next game could go in a number of different ways, including a big win that still allows you to get the rest, and you were able to lock up that first game. And Mike Schilt talked about it pregame extensively. And one of the things he mentioned, and it was pretty un-Mike Schilt-like in acknowledging. He said, so we're up 4-0. It's not a save situation. I realize that, he says. But there's a 3-batter minimum. So I could bring in someone else. Not that we don't have confidence in those guys, but they're not all-stars like Robert Suarez. What happens if 2 of those 3 get on, or all 3 of them get on? Now I'm bringing in Suarez anyway in a much tougher situation. I can't pull the ripcord, after a batter or 2 if the guy, this guy doesn't have it. I gotta wear him for 3 batters. Isn't it just better for me to just put Robert out in a clean inning, not worry about it. Let him do his thing. He's got a little bit of wiggle room if something does happen. He says, I always want to give my reliever coming in, if possible, kind of one free spot on the bingo board. You're like, you know what? You don't have it the first batter. You can walk a guy, you can come back. But if you put him in and the base is already loaded, the tying run's coming up, that's a different situation. He does not want to put his closer in that position because he's done it before a couple of times.
And Robert is the kind of guy, too. You've heard it for many years in baseball. Everyone says, closers just can't pitch in non-save situations. We've seen this blow. He does not care. He does not care when he pitches. He'll pitch in the 8th with 2 outs and the bases loaded and then work the 9th. He just wants to pitch. And, they do need to be careful with his usage, but you didn't have to use him yesterday. And much to my surprise, with a 12-3 lead, I was kind of waiting for it at some point, but it never did materialize. The other guys got the job done. And, look, it's a 12-3 win. And I still had people in my timeline, why are we using Yuki here? Well, and I'm like, bro, the guy hasn't pitched since Saturday. All right, he needs work. These guys have to pitch to stay sharp. And Yuki's not a guy that's a super high leverage guy, and he's pitched well since the break. So keep that going, man. Get him some work, keep him sharp, and when you need him, he'll be sharp and ready.
So they'll go for the sweep today, as we mentioned. Woods had the lineup. Dylan Cease against Patrick Corbin. Kind of a game you feel like, you just really, really want to win this one and finish off the sweep. You can get back to 5 games above 500, which is one below the season high of 6. It is the seesaw, or roller coaster if you want to go that direction of this season, where every other week it's a different team. And we always love these weeks when the Padres are playing well, How long can they sustain it, and when does the worm turn and go? That magnet sucking them back toward 500. Will it be this weekend in Baltimore? Can they keep it going? Got the Dodgers coming into Petco Park next week for 2 games. Can you avoid the magnet? I'm not saying you have to keep winning 10 in a row, but how about you win 5 in a row today? And then play, 500 ball for the next 6 games, just to stay where you are, and then maybe start another winning streak.
100%.
That would be the way to make progress in the standings, as opposed to continually making the progress and then giving it back. You kind of make the progress, and then you churn your legs for a week or so. You don't have to win every single game. Even the Phillies, have stretches where they just churn for a little bit.
Well, I mean, the Orioles are in one right now.
Yeah.
They've lost twice to the Marlins. So, yeah, they're a little banged up, too.
You don't think it's going to last because those teams have shown the ability to nip it in the bud at, 1 or 2 games and then, right back to it. Padres need to do that as well.
We are all set. Jake Cronenworth will be joining us as soon as we come back from this commercial break.
Got
Excellent.
A lot to talk to him about.
Talk to Jake. 1 hour down, 1 hour to go. With Ben and Woods.
Halfway home
on San Diego's
Thursday.
number one
reacts
sports
to
station.
cockroaches.
97.3 The Fan. We're not telling him about that.
Yes, we are. All right, we're halfway home on a Thursday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 the Fan.
That's true. We are.
Halfway home. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul. That's Ben.
Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show is coming up with Sam Levitt 8:05 a.m. this morning, so in just over 1 hour. But right now, we are going to go out to Washington, D.C., where we are joined by the prime suspect in the attempted murder of Ildemaro Vargas. Jake Cronenworth, they have you dead to rights on camera.
Not guilty! All right, I need you to walk me through the mentality, Jake. First of all, good morning. Hope you're well. Nice win last night. When they put in a position player to pitch, I don't know if things have changed. Like Solano did a full-on softball swing. Manny tried to rip one. You obviously tried to rip one. Is that like all right, if you guys are going to do this, we're going to take healthy hacks? I thought that was in like the unwritten rules years ago. I feel like it's changed.
Well, I didn't know what to do because he threw one hard the first pitch, and then he threw another one. He threw a slow one, and then he threw another one hard. So that was unfair.
It was. And I thought to myself, I think he threw one in at 68, and I went,
yeah, the first pitch.
Yeah, and I went, well, now Crony knows how we feel on Sundays when we're playing baseball in adult league. That's what we get to see. And when you barreled that ball up the middle, man, I was like, oh my God, you almost killed that guy. You almost killed him.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Do you ever ask Crony, because look, man, you were a pitcher and a damn good one and a closer. How much do you lobby Skip to get out there and pitch in a scenario like that?
Every time that there's a scenario that I can pitch him.
Oh, and he just won't let you.
No, it's unfortunate. So I don't know when he's coming on your show next, but if
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nudge. Oh, perfect.
All right. I'll do you a solid. You go put in a good word with Schulte about us. How about that?
You know, though, what we need to say is don't ever let Jake pitch, and that is what will maybe actually get Mike Schilt to let him pitch.
Y'all don't tell me what to do.
He doesn't want to do anything that we ask him to do. There's no chance.
Nothing. Yeah, all right. Maybe we'll try some reverse psychology on him tomorrow.
And we just talked to Jake. Don't let him pitch. Don't do it, Mike.
You wouldn't be able, Crony, to do the ephus bit, right? You'd want to gas it up.
I mean, if I'm going to pitch, I'd love to pitch, but I don't think they would let me actually pitch.
Like they tell you to just go out there and
lob it up there.
Yeah, but I don't even think they would let me get that far.
Too valuable.
He is very valuable.
It would make me too happy to be out there.
Yeah. God, your boss is a lot like our boss, Jake. We're talking to Jake Cronenworth here on Ben and Woods this morning. Guys are playing great out of the break, man. It's just been such a fun team to watch, man. Stringing it together, 12 unanswered last night. I got to imagine everybody's feeling pretty good down in that clubhouse right now.
Yeah, I think, the one thing is, there's only, 58 games left, and, I think everybody knows the situation we're in and kind of what we got in front of us, and, it's such a good group, and everybody's on the same page and, obviously wants to achieve that ultimate goal. So, no, I think you're seeing it in the way we're playing, and, it's great to see right out of the break.
What's your take on Jackson Merrill? He almost did what you did a couple years. I think it was about your 110th career game when you hit for the cycle in Washington D.C. He had a chance for it last night. We're continually amazed though by how unflappable and unfazed this kid is at 21 years old. I mean, you were still at Michigan at 21, right? And he's already up here in the big leagues.
Thanks for that.
Well, you're welcome.
He's way better, is what Ben's saying.
Yeah. I'm just pointing out how kind of unbelievable it is.
I was going to football games.
What he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, drinking Everclear punch and going to football games.
No, I mean, I think a lot of us saw it in spring training and, how composed he was. And, it just seemed like, he was so focused on, at the time in spring training, just, trying to do what he could do to make the team. And, if he got the opportunity to make an impact, he could make an impact. And, it seems like, since he's been here, he's just getting more and more comfortable every day. And, I think to the point now he's like, he's realized the confidence he has and, everything he does. And, the guy works his butt off. And, I don't think it's any surprise to us, the guys that are in the clubhouse, that he's having the success he's having. But, just kind of the mentality he brings every day that's who he is.
Well, there's him. There's Jerkson Profar, who is just, he's on a different planet right now, Jake, and he really has been all season. And I don't want to sit here and say nobody expected this. He's always been a really good baseball player. To watch him put it together this year in such an important year for you guys, for the city, for the organization, it's just incredible. His attitude and he's still, he plays. He's chippy, which I love. You love playing with that guy. You hate playing against him. He's been outstanding this year, man. So much fun, and really is kind of stepped up as one of the leaders in there as well.
Yeah, I think he's always been that. I think that's been, one thing he's always been is he's always been the same person. Ever since I played this on my 4th season with him. And, he's always the same guy when he shows up to the field. And, I think whether he's having success or he isn't having it, you always expect to see the same person every day. And I think when you get that and then you combine that with the success on the field and the type of year he's having, it's just that much sweeter to see a guy like that do what he's doing because, he deserves it. He works his butt off. And, he's been in this league for a really long time. And for him to do what he's doing is really awesome to see.
Do you guys, having a guy like Luis Arraez on the team now, Jake, having the chance to talk hitting with him, is he getting his brain picked by everybody? I would imagine specifically the left-handed hitters like yourself. How much hitting do you chat with him about?
Yeah, there's only a few of us in the lineup, so him and I are talking all the time about who we're facing, before the game, and then obviously during the game there's a ton of dialogue and what different pitches look like and kind of where he's going and stuff like that. No, he's I think the skill level obviously speaks for itself, but I think what he provides outside of that from the mental side and, how he sees the game and sees a certain pitcher and, a certain pitch moving. It's just, I picked it up on day one when he first got traded over here and, he's done such a great job of just relaying it to me as well. And same thing from me to him. And, you get Jackson in there and he'll listen and, Profar when we're facing a righty and everything. So, no, it's been great, man.
Talking to Jake Cronenworth. He'll be on the field in 2 hours as the Padres take on the Washington Nationals in the final game of the 3-game series going for the sweep. Trade deadline's also coming up on Tuesday. Players' perspective. Obviously, you got a GM who's done some wild stuff at the trade deadline. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. What's kind of the mindset this time of year for guys in the clubhouse, knowing could be some new guys, maybe not coming up, and how does that affect the team going forward?
Yeah, I think most guys in this clubhouse, experienced it before. Here, there's only a few of us who've been here for, since 2020, and we've seen what AJ can do, and what impact it has on the club at the deadline, and I think our job is to put him in a position to allow him to go out and get somebody, whether it's a pitcher or a position player or a bullpen piece. Our duty is to let him go out and get somebody to help impact us in the second half. And, I don't know what he has cooking, but I'm sure he has something.
You're like, as long as it's not me, I'm good with it. Yeah, you've lived that experience as a San Diego Padre before, I'm sure. Probably not your favorite. And being, a little on pins and needles, I'm sure there's a lot of players around the league right now, sweating it or not sweating it, saying, I can't wait to go to the San Diego Padres and help them win a World Series.
Yeah, no, I think, whoever it is that we acquire, or, if we acquire nobody, we never know. But, obviously, if we do, I think to those guys coming, I think, whether or not we've played against them or we haven't, I think a lot of guys around the league have seen the way the team plays and, how hard we play every night. And, we're in games every single day. And, I feel like we're never out of it. And, we're putting ourselves in a good position to be in the place that we want to be at the end of the season.
You are ready to see a right-handed starter at some point, in the next few days, and everyone's stacking lefties against the guys. They bring in a righty last night. You rip one up the middle, knock in a couple runs. I was like, yeah, Croney's seeing it really, really well, man. We wish you the very, very best. And did you have one more, Benny, for him?
No, I just wanted to congratulate him on his engagement.
Oh, yeah, first time we've really talked to you on the air.
To really do that on the air, so congratulations, Jake.
Oh, yeah, did we not? Oh, I guess it wasn't announced when we were in Colorado, was it?
No, it was in the clubhouse. We talked to you about it. How's
right.
How's the planning going? I'm sure you're very, very. I bet your opinion is very valued. Just my guess. Just a wild shot in the dark.
No, it's been good. I'm excited, obviously, and I can't wait.
Ben would like to know if he's invited.
Don't make it weird.
Are you gonna bring a gift then?
Oh, yeah, no. Ben's like the cheapest guy. I'll send a gift, but
Woods will definitely bring the gift.
I've officiated several weddings. I'm just throwing that out there.
What do you need?
Service.
I mean, cookware.
Yeah,
what are we doing here? What's on the registry?
Are you officially registered as a wedding officiator?
I am. I have married several couples around San Diego.
Me and my wife.
I married Paulie and his wife Megan. Yeah.
I'm also registered as an officiator.
Really? Are you? Who have you married?
Yeah. No, I was supposed to marry my brother and his wife in spring training last year, actually. And so they were getting married in Sedona, and it was the Saturday, or I think it was the Saturday before spring training officially started. So they all flew out, and I was at dinner on Thursday night with my agent, and I was eating dinner, and I wasn't feeling well. And then I got back to the hotel where I was staying, and I got so sick. I couldn't even get in the car, and I had to miss the wedding.
That's such a bummer, man. Well, listen, my services are here if you need.
And give you the discount too.
It's on the house.
Friends and family.
Yeah, do it on the house.
Yeah, send me your resume.
All right. I will. I have glowing reviews. Keep up the good work, man. Go get that sweep today. That would feel pretty good.
Season series sweep.
Series
not
sweep.
That we're counting, but
would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll talk.
Thanks, Jake.
We'll talk to Schulte for you tomorrow. You go put in a good word with him for us, and then we'll do the same for you tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Done. Thanks,
Jake Cronenworth, Padres infielder, first baseman, second baseman, wherever they need him, pitcher.
Yeah.
Wherever they need him, he's on the diamond and always a key member of this club, emotionally as well. I feel like Jake is kind of the quieter heartbeat of the team. I mean, you talk about team leaders, and you point to the guys like Manny and Xander who've been around longer, but Jake's a steady Eddie in that clubhouse, and you need to have steady Eddies like Jake on your team.
Every championship team does.
Very valuable. All right, let's check traffic. We'll come back, try to kind of get back on clock here with Don't Do This, and we will do some real or fake later in this hour. Right now, though, we got tickets to Sebastian Maniscalco to give away, another pair. The comedian coming to Viejas Arena on August 16th. Be the third caller at 833-288-0973 to win 2 tickets or get your own at Ticketmaster.com. Sebastian Maniscalco, Viejas Arena on August 16th. Back with Don't Do This. Are you going to bring up the Cal Quantrill thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, boy.
Did you not see my Twitter feed? It's all I can talk about.
Yeah, I heard that story, and I assumed that would be a Woods special. Coming up next on 97.3 The Fan. Take on Woods. I'm sorry. Don't do this. Is brought to you by the Craft Taco in Sorrento Valley. Usually we go in the other order.
Right.
Craft Taco, of course, we're doing real or fake today anyway. What am I talking about? Craft Taco in Sorrento Valley has some of the best quality tacos in all of San Diego. Go to thecrafttaco.com. Take a look at their happy hour specials today at thecrafttaco.com. And Wood's going to get us started today with some audio that you're definitely going to want to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd be nervous too if I was first-time head coach and I had to go to Big Ten Media Day and give an opening statement. That's exactly what happened to UCLA's new head football coach, Deshaun Foster, yesterday. I'll let the audio.
He knew he was going to do this, though, right? I mean, they didn't just surprise him and
no,
go.
of course he knew what he was going to do.
You have to go up in front of the assembled media, give a quick statement, and answer questions.
It doesn't really matter at the end of the day as long as he can coach.
Don't you think, though, you'd have at least some outline of some remarks prepared?
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
All right, listen to what
Coach Foster, welcome to the Big Ten. We'll begin with your opening statement.
How you guys doing?
Nervous.
I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally putting two great emblems together, UCLA and the Big Ten. We're a school that's won, 123 championships, so this fits us being right in this conference. Football-wise, we're just excited. I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA.
Right. I've got that.
It's us and USC.
Right. Oh, this is another team.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Oh, God.
We
Yeah, we play football.
We use helmets.
I'm just basically excited, really. That's
Sound
it.
like it.
Any questions?
Oh my God. 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 Oh my God.
Yes, Deshaun, I have first question. Where is UCLA located?
Los Angeles, California.
He's just nervous.
He was nervous as hell. You could hear it when he stepped up to the mic.
So uncomfortable.
Poor guy. But I promise you, when he gets in his element.
Follow-up question, Deshaun. Are there any other college football teams in Los Angeles?
USC, University of Southern California. They are coached by Lincoln Riley. They wear crimson and gold or maroon, whatever it is.
We have a 20,000 enrollment.
I'm sorry,
this
just
year.
one more question to Sean. Are you excited to be here?
Very.
Good.
As you can tell. Yeah, dude was real. He's like, that's it. Just any questions. Please ask me questions.
Takeaways from Deshaun Foster's press conference in LA.
In LA.
Excited.
Yeah.
Check.
I know who we're inviting into guest host when Woodsy's.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my
Ben and Deshaun on the fan coming up for the next 4 hours.
Yeah, hey, do you want to prepare something? No. Tyler says, I don't need to practice my speech. I'll just swing it. Yeah, swing it. It's top of my head.
Speak from my heart.
Yeah.
About where Los Angeles is located.
His players are like, I bet you when he gets out on the field, though, different animal entirely.
Does he? I hope the pregame speeches are better. Hey guys, we're taking on Michigan today.
It's a big one.
They're located in Michigan,
Ann Arbor,
Michigan, and we're really excited. Let's go win the game.
Let's win a football game today.
All right, we already have. We're not even to the opening ceremonies yet of the Olympics. It starts tomorrow, and we've already had now 2 don't do this moments from the Olympics before it's even started. Remember, we had the
child rapist. Yeah, the child rapist too.
Oh no,
that
3 don't do this.
Yeah. The child rapist that will be competing.
The Canadian soccer team that was spying on New Zealand's practice with a drone, and now we have what happened in one of the very first soccer games, Argentina yesterday taking on Morocco. When the game is almost over, last couple of minutes, and Morocco is up 2-1, looking to pull off an upset. But Argentina scores kind of one of those crazy goals to tie it 2-2. And Morocco's fans think that maybe Argentina's player was offsides, and they start throwing bottles and, rioting chaos in the stands. So they stop it. The referee blows the whistle, and everyone thinks the game is over, and they say, okay, we got to clear the stadium. This is unsafe. They get all the fans out. They get all the players out. And even the Olympics goes, and the game is over, 2-2 final. And then about an hour later, they go, no, there's actually like a minute or two left. And then they go to the VAR, and they see that, yes, the player was offsides by about 3 inches, and they disallow the goal. So now it's 2-1, and they have to bring all the players back with nobody in the stands to play the last 2 minutes. And as it turns out, Morocco ends up winning the game.
It's unreal.
2-1 after they reversed a call more than an hour later. It took them over an hour to reverse the call in that match.
That's absolutely stunning. Stunning.
I mean, they got it right, but
yeah,
at some point there's a statute of limitations on when you can, replay a call. So the Olympics are off to a really great start.
I feel like if you had done this story, you would put it in "Don't
Probably.
do this." I will put this in "Do this."
DD mega doo-doo.
Former Padres pitcher Cal Quantrill was in the news yesterday, all over Twitter. Got some really nice lip reading by several people. Rockies were taking on the Boston Red Sox at home, and they got an 8-2 lead, but there's a runner on third and 2 outs. Cal Quantrill has pitched really well for the Rockies. Would not actually mind having him back here. He's pitched pretty well, figuring it out in that stadium, and he's an intense competitor, apparently. And, Reese McGuire was at the dish, and you may remember Reese McGuire because we did this story on Don't Do This in the year 2020 when he was arrested for self-seduction in a car in a parking lot of, I believe, like a Walmart or something. And they got him in there, and he was doing that in the parking lot.
Just couldn't wait.
Stroganoff.
Couldn't wait until he got home.
Right. The mood struck, and he decided, well, I'm here. I'll just do it here. And he got in trouble for that. Now he's, I guess, cleaned up his act, per se. Probably still does that, is my guess, just in the privacy of his own home. But so Cal Quantrill gets him to pop out to the infield. Again, runner on third. And is fired up. They made a good pitch, got the guy under it, and kind of celebrated to himself with like a F yeah, and like give a little fist pump. Well, Reese McGuire took exception to that. Probably, my guess would be something to the effect of,
settle down.
Settle down. Just shut up. Cal Quantrill walking off the mound. Said,
be careful here.
All right. A professional. He said he got, immediately mad. Like, he knew exactly who was up there. He said, you blanked off in a blanking parking lot, you dumb F. Right at his face. Yeah, don't talk to me. I know what you did. So don't get lippy with me, because I've got that. I've had that in the queue for a long time. Everybody knows what you did. And boy, the bench is cleared. There's no comeback for that if you're Reese McGuire.
That's a good point.
It's that's why it's a do this. It's the most elite trash talk that you can possibly have. He has no comeback. None. You're like, oh, crap. You got me.
Is it off limits, though?
No.
I mean, like if he had, let's say it had like a DUI. Can you bring that up if you're a pitcher or something like that?
I think in the spirit of trash talk,
that's off limits.
Somebody dying or something, yeah. Right. You don't want to get. It's personal, but it's also like everybody knows that story. I had no problem with it at all. Like, bro, don't run your mouth to me. We all know what you did, you deviant. I thought it was a massive do this. Massive.
And that's don't and massive do this for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Zach says, all he had to say was, that's right, and I'll do it again. Wow. Whew.
Own it.
Yeah, Alicia says, anything that's public record is fair game. Yeah, fair enough.
He wasn't accused of hurting anyone or anything.
Junior says it's one of those things you never outlive. It's like peeing your pants in elementary school. I still remember that kid.
Forget that kid, Junior. Give him a break. Were you ever that kid?
That peed his pants? No. I was never. I mean, I was bullied, but I wasn't. It wasn't for anything I did. I stole a guy. I didn't steal. I got a guy's girlfriend in like 8th grade, and he and his cronies were pissed, and they tormented me my 8th grade year. Tormented. That was it. But I didn't like pee myself or anything, or didn't get caught.
I was not that kid, El Carlos. I wasn't.
Were you that kid? You
no,
weren't that kid?
I mean, I took my share of teasing.
Yeah, we take our
bullying,
share. You still do. I mean,
I still do.
Yeah, you do great.
I do fine.
Yeah, booger eaters. Those guys never live it down. I tell Bo that all the time. You do not want to be Bo the booger eater in school, which he never is eating his booger.
Bo.
Yeah, booger. Hey, look who's here. It's booger. You never live it down. And then you just have to learn to wear it and be like, hey, what's up? I'm booger. Right?
Right. We're down to this last segment, right? Next segment's our last segment.
Should be
Padres
great.
actually did some stuff, made some moves yesterday after the draft, and throw out a trade rumor not rumor, but kind of an idea that's been circulating since yesterday.
You gonna do real or fake too, or no?
And we'll do some real or fake in our final segment.
Busy.
Jam it all in there before the end of the show. And Sammy Levitt's Eco Water SoCal pregame show coming up on San Diego's.
Twice he said that in the last 2 days.
#1 sports day. We have a lot to jam in on 97.3 The Fan. Baseball coverage on 97.3 The Fan is presented by T-Mobile. Switch to T-Mobile. You can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use their savings calculator to find out how at T-Mobile.com/switch. We got about 25 minutes until Sammy's Eco Water pregame show. We'll take you all the way up until then. Final segment of Ben and Woods. And I do want to get into an idea that was floated by Bryce Miller, columnist for the UT, who is on the road trip with the Padres. It was in Cleveland, and then he went to Washington a little bit early, following the team about a trade that they could actually trade one of their regulars to perhaps benefit the Padres. And I hadn't even thought of this yet. So we'll get to that after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's Kelly Danick.
Couple of accidents to mention here. One involving a motorcycle northbound 5 before Model Carsway. It's in the center divide in the clearing stage, and a solo vehicle accident eastbound 52 before Santo Road. It's in the center divide. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So, I brought up the idea a couple of times with Ha-Sung Kim, going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and a glut of infielders. What could you possibly get for him? At least listen to the offers. See what you can, perhaps pick up if you were inclined to discuss the possibility. But Bryce's idea was a little different. He said, what about Donovan Solano as a piece, a valuable bench-type piece that another contender might need that could help you get something maybe you even need now, like a reliever? Because right now, Donovan Solano's been pretty unneeded since Xander Bogaerts has returned. In fact, until today, he hasn't been in the lineup at all in the second half of the season. He is starting today.
Got a little pinch hit action last night. Yeah.
Absolute blowout game. But he hasn't taken a significant at-bat since before the All-Star break. First one today will be his first really important at-bat of the second half of the season. And I just never even considered it, mostly because the Padres pretty much got Donovan Solano for nothing, just a veteran minimum type contract after the season had already started because no one else was signing him. What kind of value is there? But I mean, he's hit well. He barrels the ball. There's got to be some value there for Donovan Solano. Is it better to just hold him in reserve in case you need him in the last couple of months of the season and someone gets hurt and you need to put him back in the lineup? Or is it more valuable to try to get something for him when there's probably several teams who go, we absolutely could use a Donovan Solano this minute right now, and we're willing to give up something, maybe a reliever, maybe a prospect that the Padres could flip for a reliever in return?
What team is going to give up a good bullpen piece if they're still in the hunt and needing to add?
What if you get a prospect that you then flip, a three-way type trade for a bullpen piece from a non-contender?
It's fine. I mean, I only think there's a handful of guys that probably are off the table, so to speak. And I don't know that he would qualify as a guy that you would look at the major league roster and say he's untouchable, right? Donovan Solano, you got him for nothing. If you could flip him for something that could help your bullpen, sure. I think you absolutely listen on that. One thing that's important to note that I just kind of realized reading Kevin Acey's daily newsletter that came out that I guess I hadn't really thought about yet is for all the people out there clamoring for a trade of Ha-Sung Kim, everyone says, well, who plays short? Well, okay, it's easy. Slide Xander over to short. Well, probably not so easy. Bogaerts said yesterday, this is from his piece, Bogaerts said yesterday he's holding back a little bit, both at the plate and in the field. And he said, I'd say maybe the diving part, he lamented a play he could have made at second base with a more aggressive dive in the 8th inning. It was on a dive for a grounder that he got hurt on May 20th. And he said, it's very mental. Doctors say you're good, but it's just very hard to do. And he's also been hesitant to swing as hard as he can. But when it comes to the defense, right, you can't have a shortstop out there, Ben, that's afraid to leave his feet. Not afraid, but not quite comfortable and ready to leave his feet. And it's such a valuable skill that Ha-Sung Kim has at short. I know he's made some errors. He absolutely has. A lot of them do. But he is you feel solid on a ground ball to his left or right. If he's got to leave his feet, you feel like he's going to get up. You feel like he's able to do that. So when I read that, I went, yeah, I don't know that you can trade a guy like Ha-Sung Kim.
I certainly understand that argument. He did score 3 runs. He walks.
Yeah.
He's not hitting
He's
at
not
all.
hitting at
Just
all,
not hitting at all right now. I wish you could just meld Donovan Solano and Ha-Seong Kim
God, you'd
into
have a great player.
one player right now who can barrel the ball up, but also, plays Kim's kind of defense and has speed. Unfortunately, we don't have the technology to do that yet, and you just have an extra player that you're not using at all, and you have other needs that maybe, creatively. I mean, it would take a creative GM. It's too bad the Padres don't have a creative GM who could figure out how to make this work. Oh, wait, they do. They have the most creative GM in all of baseball.
Morning, guys.
But in order to be creative in as far as being a GM goes, you have to have other teams that are willing to be creative as well. I would be. I mean, if you had to guess how many phone calls AJ takes a day, it's 100 plus, right? Takes and makes. How many of that? Call it 100 even. How many of the 100 said, "Hey, what would you like for Donovan Solano?" One.
Maybe a few more.
2,
3 or 4.
But again, it's one of those things where
I kind of now I have no idea how it actually works other than the movies and
right.
But I always picture AJ's kind of walking them all through it. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. We're going to trade you. Then this is how it's going to benefit you guys because you're going to get this guy and this guy. And AJ's just kind of taking him through all the creative steps and how this trade is going to benefit every team. And this is my idea, and we're going to get this other team in here, and we're just going to all do this. And just say yes, and I'll handle the details. Is that not how you kind of picture it happening?
I have no idea. I don't even want to speculate
I don't know.
because I just have no idea how it works. Is it a text message? All right, we'll take Solano off your hands and whatever. But yeah, somebody said in the chat, trade for Luis Robert and put Merrill back to short. I'm sure Jackson Merrill would sign up for it tomorrow to move back to shortstop. They all love shortstop.
I wouldn't in the middle of the season.
I wouldn't either.
And put him there with he's playing so well in center field. I'm not going to touch that. I would be willing.
God, that'd be something we
if
would
Xander
do.
wanted to do it, I absolutely could put Xander back there. If he's got hesitancy, obviously that's a different issue.
How about Solano for Andres Munoz?
Sure.
And we'll call it a day, right? Seattle, you fleeced us.
Solano can replace Ty France.
You owe us one.
Who they just released, and Munoz can come right back to San Diego.
Yeah, I just, listen, and Junior says this is trading out infield depth, and you're absolutely right. But the thing is, if you're not going to use him against lefties, and he is just sitting there, but he's getting a start today, so maybe it picks up. We also don't know. Does he have a tweaked groin? Is his calf sore? Is his back aching? We have no idea.
True.
No idea.
Need a contestant for real or fake? A chance to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas here in our final few minutes of the show. Give us a call right now, 833-288-0973. We'll play in a minute or two, 833-288-0973. Now, the Padres didn't make any official announcements, unless I missed something. But I did see MLB Pipeline and others reporting that they had come to an agreement and signing first-round draft pick Cash Mayfield, the left-handed pitcher, high school out of Oklahoma. Saw picture and of some of the signings, and then the second-round pick Boston Bateman as well, reaching agreement. So the Padres doing the job of signing him pretty much where they were expected to sign. The slot figures, not over slot, not under slot. So kind of staying on budget for the signing of the draft picks. And more reports that they are reaching agreements with some of the other draft picks as well that were kind of iffy in terms of whether they were going to go to college or come out. So it sounds like the Padres are making progress in inking most or all of their draft picks that they selected earlier this month.
Yeah, don't forget my beloved Kavares Tears, Ben, who signed
That's right.
yesterday. There's actually, I'm looking at a picture of it. So while the Padres
looks pretty official,
that's Chris Kemp sitting there next to him,
It's a staged photo.
There's
it's AI.
a young lady, and then there's him signing with his left hand. Then there's him in a Tears 25 jersey. So I feel pretty confident that he's here. He's the hellish raw power dude from Tennessee that looks like he can hit the ball very well. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, they're making the moves and getting the guys that they wanted to get, and that's always a great thing.
All right, and then a pitching note for the upcoming series against the Baltimore Orioles, which you just told me that you saw in the newsletter, the Daily as well. Michael King, who had kind of originally been, I guess maybe we expected him to start tomorrow, will not start tomorrow's series opener. The Padres are going to give him a 5th day of rest so he can start on Saturday, which leaves a big gaping hole for tomorrow's starting pitcher.
Wow, he is He is on one. So Kevin says that it will not be Michael King. He's been given a 5th day rest. It will not be Johnny Brito, who had an injury scare. So they're talking maybe bullpen day or another Adam Mazur start against the Baltimore Orioles. Potentially Jackson Wolf or Nabil Krismat could get the spot start.
You know what? I can get behind a Nabil start.
Sure.
He's back. Bring him up. Start Nabil and then go. Luckily, they've gotten some length from their starting pitchers recently, so the bullpen, if they had to go,
and girth
a little bit deeper, wouldn't be the worst thing. All right, a couple minutes left in the show. Let's
we
finish
gotta
it
hurry.
up with a little real or fake.
Here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. Yeah, you can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
Tom, our contestant, could win a grand prize entry into our drawing for a two-night stay at the Rio Las Vegas, dinner for 2 and a day bed at the Rio Pool. Check out the brand new Rio Las Vegas, new ownership, remodeled rooms, 4 sparkling new pools, and a brand new food hall. Book now at RioLasVegas.com. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Good. All right, real or fake, make it simple on a Throwback Thursday. Woodsy can help you. You get 4 out of 7. We will put you into the drawing for the grand prize. And Woods got here this morning and go, real or fake is about the Olympics, isn't it? And I go, am I that predictable?
And I said yes.
And I guess I am.
Steady Eddie.
All right, Tom, it is time for the Olympics, which means events and medals and flags and national anthems. And over 200 different countries represented in Paris. Today on Real or Fake, I will give you a name. You just need to tell me if it's a real country being represented at the Summer Games or a fake, in this case, a fictional country from TVs or movies or books. Maybe Woods knows. He can help you if you want to ask him. Tom, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
All right. Real or fake countries. Round number 1. Nauru. Real or fake, Tom? Nauru.
Nauru.
Yeah.
What's any opinion?
Nauru.
I'm going to say fake.
He's going to say fake, Tom?
I'm going to go with Lindsay.
He goes with fake. The answer is real.
Yeah!
I think it's one of those little island nations in the Southeast Asian area.
Sorry, buddy. All right,
That's all right.
We'll get it together.
More. Round number 2. The Republic of Moldova. Real or fake? The Republic of Moldova.
Real places or in...
Real places or fictional from movies and TVs and books?
I think I'm going to go real on that one.
The Republic of Moldova is real.
Yes.
All right, you're on the board. 1-1. All right, let's go to round number 3. Panem. Panem. Real or fake?
Is that with a T? Tenem?
Panem. P-A-N-E-M.
P.
Panem.
Oh.
Panem.
It sounds fake. I'm going to go fake.
Fake. That's
Wow,
the
look at
Hunger
you.
Games. Yeah, Panem.
Oh.
All right, that's 2 right. Let's go to round number 4. Zamunda. Zamunda. Real or fake, Tom?
I know this one.
Isn't that from the Eddie Murphy movie?
Coming to America. Yes, Your
That's
Highness.
a fake. All right, you're 1 away from winning. Let's try Kiribati. Kiribati. Real or fake, Tom?
Ooh. Would you ever heard of this one?
I have not. Kiribati. I'm going to say
50-50.
it's real.
He's going to say real, Tom. What do you say?
Well, he failed me last time. Let's see if he gets it this time. We're going to go with Woodsy real.
Oh, yes, it's real, and you are a winner. Tom, congratulations. Didn't even need to go to round 7 this time. Hang on the line. Paulie's going to quickly get your info, put you into the drawing for Las Vegas. Woodsy, Gabon.
Real.
Correct. North Macedonia.
Real.
That is also real.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. We did well today on Olympic countries, real or fake. All right. We got a couple of minutes left. Padres, of course, coming up at 9:05 this morning, looking for the season series sweep of the Washington Nationals. Of course, the National League wildcard race is pretty nuts when you look at the standings right now. The Padres are just 2 games behind the Braves now, who are first in the wild card.
Yep.
And then you look, I mean, there are 6 teams that are throw a blanket on them. And you could Padres in 1 day could be in 6th, or in 2 days could be in 1st in the wild card race.
Lord.
Braves 2 games up. Then the Mets are a half game ahead of the Cardinals and Padres, who are only a half game ahead of the Diamondbacks, and just 1 game ahead of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I love it.
And you got, I think, 6 against the Pirates coming up next month.
This is what you live for, man. This is what you live for.
You obviously have more games against the Diamondbacks. You've got another series, a 4-gamer against the Cardinals. You got another series against the Mets. You've already won the season series against the Braves, which is good if it comes down to a tiebreak. But
we don't have them anymore.
No more Braves games. Yep. But you got games against all those other teams still to come, and they're all going to be really critical down the stretch.
Everybody right now, make an appointment with your family physician, get your blood pressure checked, get your heart checked, all of that, because it's going to be an insane last couple of months.
And
we hope.
Keep an eye out. I mean, the Giants are now 4.5 back, but got Robbie Ray back last night.
Yeah, he looked really
had
good.
5 no-hit innings in his Giants debut. He gave up a run in the first inning, I think on 2 walks.
Yeah, 2 walks.
2 hit batsmen.
Yep.
Getting the Blake Snell coaching, but then came back with 5 no-hit innings, and the Giants did avoid a sweep against the Dodgers last night with an 8-3 win in the series finale there.
Yeah, I did not have Robbie Ray out-dueling Tyler Glasnow last night, to be honest. They're both coming off the IL.
And then Clayton Kershaw's back today, I believe,
Indeed.
too. So the Dodgers, Giants, both getting healthier in their pitching rotations. So kind of keeping an eye on what the National League West could be pretty eventful over these last couple of months of the season.
And this is the time of the year. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'm in the mode. It's Thursday. The trade deadline is Tuesday. I am in the mode of being married to this phone, waiting for notifications. I got my notifications on. I'm ready. It's been real quiet, man. Everybody's just feeling each other out right now to see what they want, what they need, what other offers they can get. It's an excruciating time of year, but it makes you feel alive.
It's just so weird that the Padres have already made 2 huge trades.
2
this
massive
year.
trades.
They were so early in the season.
Yeah, you forget.
If those moves happened this week, it would be like
Paulie would be going, "It's happening!"
and I would
they
be
made a trade like that. This
I would
week.
be in Hawaii, unfortunately. But
well, and you're right though. Just because the trade deadline is until Tuesday doesn't mean trades aren't going to go down all weekend
100%, man.
We'll keep you updated. Obviously, Sammy will do so on the pre and post game shows. And just programming note, we have ironed out some of the details. So we're going to do our next roundtable on Wednesday, the morning after the trade deadline.
Smart.
We toyed with doing it like we've done before, like right at the trade deadline. Kind of was a disaster a couple of times because we did it for an hour and then we said goodbye, and then all the trades
got
finalized
announced
20 minutes later, and then we were off, and we go, we don't know when they're going. So if we wait until the next day, we'll know everything that happened, and we can break it all down. So our next roundtable, instead of Thursday, and obviously we're off today because the game's about to come on, will be next Wednesday from 10 to 11, right after the Ben and special guest host programs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I will.
We'll save some of the surprises for you for later.
Oh, awesome! I'll be around, so I'll call in. You
won't be around. You're going to be in Hawaii.
Well, I mean,
that's not around. That's
3
in
hours
Hawaii.
behind.
I'm not going on a hike like a.
You said
hike.
you're doing nothing.
I'm not going on a long hike in the middle of nowhere where I won't have cell service. Was what I'm saying. I'll call you morons. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll let you rot.
We'll call you.
Maybe I'll call you. Hey, it's me. Hey, just hiking up a waterfall right now. Hannah really wants breakfast, so I gotta keep moving. I'll never forget it.
That was me.
Pull it for tomorrow.
2 years ago.
People don't know what we're talking.
3 years ago, the trade deadline on vacation.
What a pull!
All right. Well, Sammy's up next with the Eco Water SoCal pregame show. We'll talk to you tomorrow on 6 a.m. For Paulie, for Woodsy, I'm Ben. Have a great rest of your Thursday. So long, everybody.